Yeah, no question. I must have said a million times, hey, the door's open. My house is open. My phone is open, you know. If you need to talk, if you need to feel something, just call. And some have, and some haven't. And if some haven't that I think need it, then I call them. And it's that part's gone really good, to be honest with you.
Tom, is there any part of your team that's ahead of schedule right now that's kind of been a pleasant surprise?
I think Julius is ahead of schedule right now. I've been really impressed with him lately. But, you know, we had some guys that have played better. You know, Gabe was playing really well, and Arnie, but then when Arnie had the injuries, hasn't shot the ball as well since then, but up until then he was playing really well. And I think Aaron's got to play better for us. I think we need our big three to play well, and that's what we've talked to him about.
Encouraging that Aaron shot well from three right off the bat.
At the end, well, there in the last game he did. Early in the practice we didn't shoot as well, but at the end of practice he shot it pretty well too.
I did notice, I've never probably come to 500 practices over the years here, and this is the least I've seen players smile and joke around.
Yeah, there's not a lot to joke around with and smile. I mean, they know they have a job to do, but they also, I mean, they're struggling, you know? I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, I wouldn't want it any other way. I just hope by the time we go, we can, you know, be ready to play as well as we're going to play. And I do see and think we'll do that. I really do. Questions?
I guess the obvious first question is, Cassius would make the play and make the trip.
Yeah, I think right now he's going to make the trip. As I've learned through all it's been a bizarre 2 days, guys, to be very honest with you. And I've done more research on talking to different people around the country about how to handle this. And right now, as professionals told me, it's going to be day by day for a week or two. And but right now he plans on going. And if that changes tomorrow, it changes. And I think if he goes, he'll play. But leaving his family and that right now is probably going to be a difficult thing for him. I talked to his whole family today, and we're all on the same page. But right now, he plans on going, and we plan on playing.
Will it be a similar game time decision for him to make?
I don't think so. I think if he goes, I think he'll play. You know, if he goes, it's leaving the family right now. That's the hardest thing.
Anything on Joey, Tom? I don't mean to be
No,
an annoyance.
no, you're not an annoyance. I thought I said that he's got and maybe I didn't, but he has in the third phase, they sometimes give you like an interview, and that's going to be coming up somewhere after the 18th.
Like an in-person thing, I guess?
No.
Okay.
That make things difficult to plan for?
No, I mean, we've been planning without him for this long. It doesn't make it any difficult. The most difficult part is to get guys to practice and focus in right now. It's been hard. It's been hard for the coaches, it's been hard for the players, and yet I thought today, like Cassius was better today. Yesterday was a tough day for him, and we're just going to keep on trucking.
Have you kind of seen him use the basketball court to kind of get away from things?
You know, I think so. I think the first night it did. Yesterday the court didn't make much difference. It just, everybody's going to go through some different things as they deal with this. And I will say this: he's been more communicative. And it's made it easier because I can talk to him about things. He came in today and we sat down for a half hour and just talked. And and that's what I got to do a lot right now is talk to my guys. Tonight I got a couple of meetings. It's going to be talk, and try to get everybody in the right frame of mind and go from there.
Is it mostly basketball with the guys, or has it changed a little right now? Is it just life, anything going on? What are those conversations like?
What are the conversations like? Well, they're about basketball, but they're about life. I mean, as you can only imagine, it's just maybe learning how to appreciate, learning how fragile things are, but you can turn that into basketball too, because basketball is fragile too. If you're not focused in, you're not going to play as well. You got to learn to focus in through some tough times. You got to learn to deal with distractions, no matter if they're positive or negative. And so, yeah, there are a lot of things we talk about in that period of time, and we'll just keep talking.
When you look at the Seton Hall team, obviously Powell, I mean, there's a question mark now physically.
I heard today that he was going to play. I would imagine he's going to play. I mean, I saw him walk off the court. And that bothers, he's a hell of a player, but the size, never seen so many big guys. I mean, everything's 7'2", 7'2", 6'11", 6'10", 6'9". Guards are 6'6", 6'4". So this will be the biggest team we played. And I said at the beginning of the year, and I'll probably get killed for this, but I said I thought they would be the best team we play at the time. I said at my first press conference. I haven't changed. I think Kentucky will be better. I think, who knows, Georgia or Dayton could be better. Kansas could be better. Duke could be better in January and February. But if you looked at this team having 8 out of 9 back, if you look at this team with mostly juniors and seniors, they're the most experienced, tough, well-coached team with a superstar and another kid, Manu, whatever, and it goes on from there, but we're just calling him Bamboo. He's a hell of a player, 6'11", can shoot it from the perimeter, take it to the hole. I really do think this is, they could have competed in the tournament we just came from, I promise you that. If I was to be honest, that's the difficult about what we're going through right now a little bit. There's not enough time to, I'm talking about certain things. I'm just trying to keep the guys upbeat a little bit. And I haven't really talked about that, not yet anyway. I'm sure I'll mention it maybe tomorrow's practice, maybe when we get on the plane. But right now, it's just been about try to rally everybody, try to keep everybody together. And I've done more of that than really talking about that stuff.
How do you feel they practice with everything that's going on?
Yesterday was very average practice. Today was a good practice until the second maybe or the last quarter. I just think we're struggling to sustain things right now a little bit. And yet I thought Cash was a lot better today than yesterday. And, but they feed off him too. And as I told you, there's a uniqueness to this situation that our players were close to his brother too. And so it's not just how you feel about one of your teammates' brothers, it's how you feel about your teammate's brother who's also your friend and a guy you knew very well. And when people see things like that happen and when you're young, I mean, it's, I think, scary, shocking. I don't know what words would be right, but I know this. He's got a lot of support from his family, his uncles, his grandparents, his aunts. He's got a lot of support from people here. The texts and cards that already have come in from all over the country have been just phenomenal. And so it unfortunately won't matter a little bit right now, but a week and 2 weeks from now, I think it'll matter a lot more. And as everybody tries to get their arms around things, it's been very hard on his mother, and she's doing the best she can do, and Cash and his mother are very close. So, one person kind of affects other people, and Cash affects our team, his mom affects Cash, so we're just trying to keep everybody together. His dad's been great, his brother's been great, his mother's been great, and Cash has been way better than I would have been, probably.
Does it put you in a
preparing for a big game almost be a blessing? Not that you're going to forget this, but just to get on to something else, be able to, can it be, or is it almost, the game just really doesn't matter?
That's a good question, because I would say yes, but I can't say yes, because I just think that right now there's so many things that are going through people's minds. I'm not sure they know what game it is yet. We've watched some film, we've done some things. We're going to try to, tried to give them these couple days. Everybody I talked to said the day after the game and the next day are going to be the toughest days. They were tougher, but I think we know we have to move on. I think everybody has talked to everybody about life doesn't stop. It's easy to say those words, it's hard to implement those words. But I think getting Cassius out in the court helps Cassius. As he said to me, when we stop in practice and I start thinking, in the game it was going up and down. So maybe that will help him some.
So you put you in the position where a strange one of where you're kind of, I don't know what to expect from my team. Just because so many guys were.
And even worse, is for me is there's not very often that I don't know what to say to my team. It's one thing I haven't had a problem doing over my career here. I've always, whether it's good or bad, I always said what I wanted to say, and I always felt that whatever I said, there was a purpose and a meaning for. A little more guarded now, a little more trying to understand the situation, and you have to. I mean, there's a lot of tragedies in the world, but when they come as life and death, they're different. It's different, and this is different. And so, you know what? I like the way my staff's handled it. I like the way my team has handled it. I like the way his family is trying to handle it. And I guess I like the way I've tried to handle it. I've spent a lot of time on other things than basketball because I think that's what I'm needed right now. So tonight might be a long night to make sure we get, back to it. They know we have a job to do. They know they know it. I know it's a big game. It's on TV every night. They're talking about it. So I feel comfortable that we'll find a way to be ready to play. It's just, it's a new book for me. It's just something new that I'm going to have to store and hopefully never use again. But it's hard to give a lot of answers when you really haven't been through it before.